Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something super practical that will instantly boost your confidence. Fluency phrases.
That's right. We know so many of you have studied the grammar rules. You've memorized tons of vocabulary. But then when it's time to actually speak, you freeze up, right?
Totally. It's like all that knowledge goes out the window. You start focusing on getting every single word perfect, and the conversation just stumbles.
Exactly. So, what's the secret to sounding more natural and confident? It's all about using common phrases, the ones native speakers use automatically without even thinking about grammar.
And in this episode, we're going to give you the only phrases you need to sound fluent in pretty much any situation. We will also teach you how to use them like a native speaker.
Before we get into the phrases themselves, let's talk a bit about why native speakers sound so confident. It really comes down to using set phrases rather than constructing sentences word by word.
Think about it. It's much faster and more natural to pull a pre-made phrase from your mental phrase bank than to try and build something from scratch every time you speak.
Learners often get caught up in trying to choose the perfect word or making sure their grammar is flawless. That just slows you down and makes you sound stilted.
Exactly. For example, instead of saying, "I would like to express my opinion," a native speaker would just say, "I think." It's simpler, it's faster, and it sounds way more natural.
All right, let's get to the good stuff. We've broken down fluency phrases into 5 essential types that every learner should know. Let's start with the first type, phrases for starting a conversation.
These are your go-to lines for breaking the ice. Try something like, "What do you think about?" It's great for getting someone's opinion.
Or, "Have you ever tried?" This is perfect if you want to share an experience or a recommendation.
And if you want to be polite and gauge someone's willingness to talk, use "Do you mind if I ask?"
Okay, let's do a quick role play. Imagine we're at a party. I'll start. "What do you think about this music?"
It's pretty good. Have you ever tried that new pizza place down the street?
Nice one. Okay, moving on to the second type, phrases for agreeing and disagreeing. These are crucial for expressing your point of view.
When you're in complete agreement, "I totally agree," or "That's so true," or your best friends.
But what if you want to disagree politely? That's when you use "I see what you mean, but..." It acknowledges the other person's perspective while still allowing you to express a different opinion.
Let's try another role play. We're discussing weekend plans.
"I think we should go to the beach."
"That's so true, but I think we should go to the mountain."
Got it. The third type of fluency phrases is how to ask for clarification. Sometimes you just don't catch what someone says, and that's okay.
"Could you say that again?" is a simple and direct way to ask someone to repeat themselves.
If you only catch part of what they said, try "Sorry, I didn't catch that."
And if you want to make sure you understand correctly, use "Do you mean?" followed by your interpretation.
Let's simulate a meeting.
"Our revenue has increased by 20%.
"Sorry, I didn't catch that."
Our revenue has increased by 20%.
Type number 4, phrases for buying time to think. We all need a moment to gather our thoughts sometimes, and these phrases will help you do it gracefully.
"Let me think" is a classic, simple way to pause and consider your response.
"Good question" is a great way to acknowledge a tricky question while giving yourself a moment to formulate an answer.
And actually can be used to introduce a slightly different perspective or a more nuanced answer.
Let's do a job interview role play.
"Why do you want to work in our company?"
Good question. "Let me think. Actually, I want to work in your company because..."
We are in the last type, ending a conversation. Knowing how to gracefully exit a conversation is just as important as starting one.
"Anyway, I should get going" is a polite way to signal that you need to leave.
"Thanks for talking with me" expresses your appreciation for the conversation.
And "we should catch up soon" leaves the door open for future conversations.
Role play time. We're saying goodbye after a chat.
"Anyway, I should get going."
"Thanks for talking with me. We should catch up soon."
Now that you know these phrases, the key is to use them naturally. Here are some tips to practice. Don't just memorize them. Practice using them in context.
Record yourself saying each phrase out loud.
Try thinking in phrases instead of translating from your language.
Build your own personal phrase bank for different situations.
Are you ready for some real-life practice?
Let's start with the phrase fill-in challenge. I'll pause mid-sentence and you guess the phrase. Okay, I totally underscore.
The answer is agree. Activity number 2 is mini role plays. You watch short conversations and repeat key phrases. The first topic is ordering food.
Giving opinions is the second topic.
The last activity is an improv speaking challenge. I will give a topic and you will talk about it. Talk about your favorite movie.
Now it is time for the interactive challenge. We give you a list of 5 phrases and you make your own mini conversation using all of them. Remember to post your sentence below.
So, to recap, we covered phrases for starting a conversation, agreeing and disagreeing, asking for clarification, buying time, and ending a conversation.
Which phrase are you going to use today? Let us know in the comments.
And be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video, where we will be talking about the top 10 grammar mistakes even advanced learners make.
See you there.